And so if you don't make more money now while you can, you are going to lose out. Your parents are going to say, we talked about this before, something's going to happen. You can never have enough money because you can never have enough tools. I just saw one of the best money-making posts on Instagram. Do you want to hear about it, Bedros?
I do. Who did it?
It was this guy named Bedros Keuilian, I think. Hi, my name is Craig Ballantyne. Welcome to the Empire Podcast Show, and we are going to go through a really awesome post that you put on Instagram, B. It's called The 4 Universal Laws of Creating Wealth. I don't know where you came up with this, but let's go through them, and I'm going to add in a 5th one. So let's take the first one, which says, don't just gather knowledge, execute on it. It's the only way to fix broke and create wealth.
Yeah, man. So this past weekend, I was in beautiful Miami, Florida, at an event called Conclave of Warriors. Spoke alongside of 3 amazing Navy SEALs, an ATF agent, alcohol, tobacco, firearms agent, who actually infiltrated the Hells Angels. Wow. What a story. And then took them down. And of course, myself and Brad Lee were two of the entrepreneurs who were speaking on stage. And as I was speaking, I realized we have a bunch of people in the audience. And I said, guys, you guys are part of the 5% of the world who is actively seeking out knowledge. Like, you left your homes, you got on an airplane, you're paying for the hotel, and you're sitting in the audience, and you're part of the 5% of the world who's seeking out knowledge. But knowledge alone, information alone, will not create wealth and will not take you away from broke. You got to now ascend to that 1% where you take that knowledge and you apply it into your business, into your personal life, and create an outcome, because you only get paid for done. And the moment I saw that, I saw literally hundreds of heads go down and write that down. And I knew in that moment, most people are gathering information in life. It's those who take the information and apply it to their life that actually make the money and make the impact.
Absolutely.
The next one is, business is all about solving problems. And the bigger the problems that you can solve and the more sophisticated the problems that you can solve, the more you can charge. And it's really about charging what you're worth. Not enough people charge what they're worth, man. They believe that, well, you know what? If my competition is charging X for the same service or product that I have, I should be charging somewhere around that.
Yeah, absolutely. And then there's one other thing here, is that we've talked about this before, about this soft advice versus hard advice stuff. And listen, people don't, it's how people see their problems. Yes, everybody needs mindset, everybody needs motivation, but if somebody doesn't see that as a problem, you're not going to be able to create a business out of it. You have to go and deliver hard advice. Hard advice being, help somebody lose weight or change their body. Number 2, help them to get more money, make more money. You gotta help people do that. That's hard advice. And the third one is get more sex. And that can be a whole bunch of things, but it's gotta be direct information on that. And then you deliver the mindset and motivation to whatever customer you have in any industry, help build their confidence. But you have to understand their big problems are sex, money, and their body, and that in their mind. And that's what matters. So you have to remember that. And when you can solve a problem, solve that problem in their life, like Fit Body Bootcamp is solving a problem for millions of people right now, then you have a much bigger business than trying to be the mindset coach, which is so tough to sell.
You know, and that's really good advice, man. And that's something I want to kind of dovetail on what you said. Fit Body Bootcamp is helping so many people solve the problem of, I can't lose weight, I don't know what to eat, I don't have so much time to work out for an hour and a half. So what do we have? We have 30-minute workouts. We give them done-for-you meal plans that work for their lifestyle. And then we tell them, when you come in here, just turn off your brain and go through our 4-station rotation that the coach is going to put you through. Leave it all on the floor. You can do anything for 30 minutes and they get results. And so this is why we can charge a lot more than what someone's charging running an outdoor boot camp somewhere. People will charge $49, $59, maybe $99, but we're charging well above $150 a month for essentially the same service, because we constantly produce more results, and then we take those results, make them before and after pictures, and share them on social media, on our websites, and we talk about it. We have them framed up on all the locations. And so people go, well, wait a minute, if you're offering boot camp, they're offering boot camp, how come they're charging $79 a month and you guys are charging 2 or 3 times that? Because even though we offer the same product, which I still argue that it's not the same product, we have better quality coaches, we have more specific nutrition plans, and our workouts kick ass, But even let's say it's the same thing, we simply take the results that we've gotten for people, make before and after pictures, get testimonials, and we just overwhelm society with thousands of before and after pictures, proving that we are better than anyone who attempts to do what we do, therefore we can charge more.
Yeah, but you also solve additional problems when you have a better location and you have, like you solve the problem of them like, well, where am I going to shower? Like that's a problem. And so you're solving more problems. You're solving one big, huge problem, but you've decided to evolve and grow your business and make sure you solve more and more problems. So the third rule about the universal law, of creating wealth is you will never create wealth without fixing your broken relationship with money.
Yeah.
Oh man, game changer.
Yeah. Most people think they have a marketing problem, a sales problem, a systems problem, that maybe it's even an industry problem. It's too competitive in my industry, or the customers that we serve are broke and poor and whatever. I'm here to tell you that most of you watching and listening to this episode right now have a money mindset problem. They are broke or they are struggling in business because they believe they're not worthy of money. They believe that they can't charge more. They believe that money is bad. They were taught that maybe money is bad by their family, by their school teachers, grandparents, whatever it is. And if you have a bad association relationship with money, you simply will do everything you can to then back up that belief system by constantly sabotaging yourself to prove that, see, money is bad. It doesn't come to me. I'm not able to attract it.
And it's mostly through procrastination, because all these people that are struggling with money, it's not like they don't know what to do.
Yeah.
In most cases, like they know I got to go and create a website, I got to create an opt-in page, I got to create a sales letter, I got to learn how to write copy. I just can't do it, Craig. I hear this all the time.
Yeah.
I don't know what's wrong with me. I just won't go through and follow through. And so it's not a mechanical issue, it's a mental issue, and you have to fix that, whether it's fear of rejection, which I think is huge with a lot of people,
Huge.
Imposter syndrome, which is huge with a lot of people, and you have to solve that by understanding that you are skilled, you are worthy, and the fear of rejection is you have to go back and figure out what caused you to get so fearful of rejection in the first place. You have to do a lot of deep work here to break those chains between money and your mindset so that you become more abundant thinking. And I was actually just having this conversation with a Fit Body owner recently. He was like, man, I just can't go to the next level. He knows what to do. And he said, I go to the coaching events and I just don't go home and do it. And I said, listen, it's because you have to remove those chains. And it's very similar analogy to when I talk, everybody knows they should do a to-do list, right?
Yep.
And everybody's got a to-do list. You got a million things to do, yet you don't get them all done because you haven't built a not to-do list of all the distractions and temptations. You got to get rid of the distractions and temptations, and then you'll go and do the right things. And it's the same with your mindset. You got to get rid of the ball and chain and anchor that's weighing you down, and then, only then can you go and think abundantly, but you have to get rid of the negatives first.
That's exactly right. So let's talk about the fourth universal law of creating wealth.
Yes.
And this one, I'm convinced that there's something about the universe or the higher power that creates this. But I always talk about that the more, you have a duty to make an obscene amount of money in life. And the reason for that is you have to let your cup overflow so that you can share that wealth with the causes you believe in, your church, or the charities that you want to back up. Because the more you give, the more you get. See, the most selfish people I know are people who just make enough to get by, who just make enough to take care of themselves, but not enough to give to causes and charities and churches. They're the ones, by the way, these are the greediest and most selfish people who stand back and go, someone should do something about that. Why don't you be the person to do that? So make an obscene amount of money, because the universal law of wealth creation is the more you give, the more you get. That's just how it is. I don't know why it's that way, but it is. And so if you can make an obscene amount of money and share that wealth with the causes, charities, and churches that you believe in, the universe will give you more opportunities. You still have to walk through those doors, but the opportunities of the doors of opportunities will literally multiply for you.
Absolutely. And so I have a lot of people come to my workshops and they'll talk about, there's been one of my family members is sick with cancer, and then they'll say, my goal is to make 20 grand a month. It doesn't compute. Just think, if you made $2 million a month, think of all the money you could give to cancer research so that no, future relatives would get sick.
Yeah.
It's just a total mindset shift that money, one of your favorite phrases that you ever said that I tell people all the time is, because they have a bad money mindset, is money is a vehicle to lifestyle and freedom.
Yep.
It's a tool. It's like, how you go out in the backyard and you have a shovel? That's the same thing that money is, a tool to be used to sometimes buy cars, but most of the time to change the world so it's better for you and your family and everyone around you. So yeah, those people who sit back and go, I wish somebody was doing something about it, go make a ton of money Go make a ton of money, and you can do something about it all day long.
Amen.
And right now I'm watching a Grant Cardone video, as you know, because I was looking at the 4 rules that you posted. And Grant Cardone made a video today about 10x, about how he says, you know, it's never been enough for me. In our society, we cannot tell people I want more. It's bad, right? I've always wanted 10x more, he said. I want you to have 10x more, because here's what's going to happen. Some of what you have is going to be taken away from you, and this planet, the planet we live on, it takes away stuff, right? Business industries fall apart, coaching, you know, cycles end, he said. Health leaves you. Age happens. Things change. And he's giving the same message. And he says, I've watched entire industries be destroyed. And so if you don't make more money now while you can, you are going to lose out. Your parents are going to say, we talked about this before, and something's going to happen. You can never have enough money because you can never have enough tools. It's like if you want to have the greatest garden in the world, you wouldn't go, well, I just have one shovel and that's good enough.
Not enough.
No, you're going to go out there and get everything from Home Depot. And again, if you look at money in a different way, not the thing that was bad that only rich people had, that your parents frowned on because they were blue-collar workers and worked really hard for their money, and they knew one person who made money or, you know, stole some money and they just totally ruined you and money for life. No, you got to get over that. And again, money is a tool to lifestyle and freedom. And that's probably one of the most important messages we can give you today.
Amen. That is a very powerful message. And I'm glad you shared this post that I did, because oftentimes we get so caught up in all the specifics, we sometimes have to give the 30,000 foot level view of just what is wealth creation. And it is these 4 things. And of course, what you shared, the 5th one here, with what Grant Cardone said. Like things, cycles and phases are going to end. And if the getting is good right now, get as much of it as you can. Don't be apologetic about it, because you never realize how much money you're going to need in life.
Yeah, absolutely. And so you're ready. You are ready to break the chain. You are good enough. You are smart enough. You're strong enough. You are not an imposter. You're not going to fear rejection any longer. You're going to go out there and you charge what you're worth, because you have great value to bring to the world. So when you can change that, and when you can change it is now. So go out and do that. Make the ask, help the world, add more value, make the world a better place, and you become wealthy in spirit and also in the bank account.
That's right, folks. So thanks for watching this episode. Thanks for listening to this episode of The Empire Show. And of course, go all over social media and give us 5-star reviews on iTunes, Stitcher, and of course, anytime you listen to the show, take a screenshot, put it in your stories, put it on your timeline, and tag myself and Craig. We really would appreciate it. Take care.
Hey, thanks so much for being here for today's Empire Podcast Show. We would love for you to do a quick little favor for us. Just go to iTunes and give us a 5-star rating, leave a comment, share it with your friends. And if you're interested in growing your business faster, go to bedroskeuilian.com/empire, fill out the application to see if you're a good fit for our Empire Mastermind group.